Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel RS Computer Solutions. Today, I'm going to show you how to configure an iSCSI target server and connect two file servers, FLS01 and FLS02, step by step. By the end of this video, you'll be able to create shared storage that works like a local disk across multiple servers. Now let's begin with our storage server. After logging in, we open Server Manager. From here, we go to Add Roles and Features. We select Role-Based Installation and choose our current server. Next, we expand File and Storage Services, then go into File and iSCSI Services. Here, we select iSCSI Target Server and proceed with the installation. Once the installation completes, our server is ready to act as a storage provider. Now we move to File and Storage Services and open the iSCSI section. Here, we create a new virtual disk. Think of this as the storage we are going to share. We select a drive location. For example, C drive, and give the disk a name like VDisk01. Then we assign the size, depending on requirement. After that, we create a new iSCSI target. This is where we define which servers can access this disk. We give it a name like iSCSI_target01. Now we add the initiators, which are FLS01 and FLS02. We can add them using their IP addresses. This step ensures only authorized servers can connect. Once we finish, our shared storage is ready. We repeat a similar process on FLS02. We open the iSCSI initiator, add the target server's IP in the Discovery tab, and connect to the same target. The disk will again appear in Disk Management. But here's an important point: if both servers try to use the disk at the same time without clustering, it can cause data corruption. So in a normal setup, only one server should actively use the disk at a time. We create one more virtual disk. Think of this as the storage we are going to share. We select a drive location, C drive, and give the disk a name like VDisk02. Then we assign the size, depending on requirement. We create iSCSI target. This is where we define which servers can access this disk. We give it a name like iSCSI_target01. Now we add the initiators, which are FLS01 and FLS02. We can add them using their IP addresses. This step ensures only authorized servers can connect. Once we finish, our shared storage is ready. Now we switch to FLS01. We open the iSCSI initiator tool. If it's the first time, it will ask to start the service, just click Yes. Then we go to the Discovery tab and add the IP address of our iSCSI target server. After that, we go to the Targets tab, select the available target, and click Connect. At this point, the disk is connected, but not yet usable. So we open Disk Management. Here we will see a new disk. We initialize it using GPT, then create a new volume, assign a drive letter, and format it. Now the disk is ready and behaves like a local drive on FLS01. Next, we go to FLS02 and repeat the same process. We open iSCSI initiator, add the target server IP, discover the target, and connect. The disk will appear in disk management again. But here is an important point: if both servers use the disk at the same time without clustering, it can cause data issues. So in a normal setup, only one server should actively use the disk. So today we successfully configured an iSCSI target server, created shared storage, and connected two file servers, FLS01 and FLS02. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or want more tutorials on Windows Server, Active Directory, or storage solutions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.